Hello, this is Stephanie Drury with Deconstruction Workers. This is the Deconstruction Workers podcast, and I have my special guest today, Simone Turkington. Hello, Simone. How are you, Dong?
I'm Dong very well, Stephanie. How are you, Dong?
Okay, that's a special carrot, Easter egg, what do the kids call them? For people who listen to our podcast, Dongtini, which ran for like 10 years.
Yeah,
Five.
it was a long time.
We did over 100 episodes.
120 or 130 something episodes. And it's funny when you asked me to do this, so like I didn't know, like I hadn't heard your podcast, and I didn't want to then after I knew, because I didn't want to like have it inhibit how I did on it. But I didn't know. I asked you if you wanted to not talk about your sordid past.
My sordid dong-ridden past.
Your dong podcast past, and I imagined it like you were having this fancy garden party with a 4-string quartet, and I was your old frat buddy showing up with a keg, and everyone was just clutching their pearls at me. But it sounds like you're your same old dong friendly self. So great.
Have my bogan friend Simone on, so
yeah.
we'll just roll with it.
Oh, remember that you threw me under the bus? You threw me under the bus and said, "Oh, she's Australian. That's why she's acting like that."
Which time was that? Oh, was that at Supergrass when you were like
Supergrass,
so excited?
I was like, woo!
Oh yeah,
like,
and because the Americans were so chill, and you were like, yeah, and everyone looked over at you. I was trying to cover for you and give an explanation as to why you had so much enthusiasm. Because us Americans are like, we don't do that here. I know.
Yeah. Especially LA and Seattle.
Do they really? In LA is the same?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
What's the last show you've been to?
Was it Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass? They played last night and I didn't go, but we went last December. That might have been the last thing. Where have I been to something this year? I've got a lot of things coming up, but yeah. I saw a lot of shows last year, so I'd say, yeah. We're going to see Tom Jones in Germany next week.
Stop it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was still alive. I mean,
he's still alive, and he still got it. He still got it. And we took Quincy to see him. My son, who's 13, he was 12 at the time, and he was like, "I don't want to see this crusty old man." But we had to take him because we had no babysitter. And then when he saw him, he was like, "Oh my gosh!" He got it. He was like, "This guy's the Rizzler." Like he totally got the Tom Jones sex appeal without us telling him about it. So that was good. But 83, I think he still got it.
I want to come and see for myself. That's insane.
He's doing shows in the US late in October, I think. So yeah, if he comes up there, you should go. Highly recommended. 80-plus-year-old Tom Jones.
Holy shit. Yeah, I showed him to Lolly recently, and she's like, she knew the song, right? And she's like, "Oh, that's what that guy looks like? Why are they throw their underwear at him?" I'm like, maybe you just have to see him in person. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to report back from Germany.
Yes.
So this podcast is just something, when I turned 50, I got this idea that wouldn't leave me alone. I was having dreams about it. And it's like, okay, there's this huge thing now where people are questioning their faith in a more public way or maybe a more communal way because of the internet, right? And so when I started doing it, the internet was really new. And that's why I started Stuff Christian Culture Likes, to be like, is anyone else asking these questions? This is weird. There's like weird political shit going on, because it was you and Greg. We were writing together, and it was the McCain or Obama, the electoral race, whatever that was in 08. Yeah. And I just remember that summer we were driving somewhere, and you guys were like, "Why do Christians support McCain, this warmonger?" And I was like, "Oh, I can tell you exactly why." And then you guys were like, "Oh my God, like, you know a lot about this." And I'm like, yeah, I kind of do. Maybe, and I have a lot of conflict. It's so fucked up. Like, who else is thinking this? So I started Stuff Christian Culture Likes. And I just think now there's so many people who are going, especially with the current administration, and it's just so much more obvious to people more and more that you people call yourselves Christians. This is the wrongest thing in the world. And how dare, so people are questioning it. And the word deconstruction is kind of the new buzzword now, because people are deconstructing their belief. And I think that would have been so helpful for me to be able to have heard other people's stories back when, back in the day. Just from anyone who's like been through it for a little while, and almost everyone has a story around this, like
Yeah.
depending on, a lot of people didn't even grow up in the church and they still had to deconstruct like family stuff or
Yeah.
just programming, right? So I was like, Simone will be the perfect person to have on because I haven't had on a true atheist yet. I need to
Oh,
have, I
really?
need to hear from the atheists. I know.
Yes.
So finally, I got you here. And the first, okay, so I sent you the list of questions and they're at the website,
Yeah.
deconstructionworkers.com. And I call it liturgy. It's like under this tab if anyone wants to read along with in your order of worship. But, so I have a section of just kind of serious questions and they can get really personal. So I tell people like we can steer around them, only say as much as you're comfortable with, but
Yeah.
I also think that a lot of people agree to talk to me about this because you feel like it will be kind of helpful to talk about it yourself, and you're like, oh yeah, I can see how this will help other people, and so anyway, I just super appreciate it, and any vulnerability is just like thank you for being willing to put it out there. So
I'm
the
happy
first
to lay it
question,
out.
yay! The first question is very simply, what kind of belief systems did you grow up with?
So I was raised in an Anglican Protestant faith. I was baptized at 5 months old into that church because I guess I never understand these, like, I mean, no, to me actually makes more sense the later in life baptism, but a lot of these churches do baby baptism. So yes, I was baptized, and that's what we were. But I went to a Catholic school because there was no Protestant school, and my mom didn't want me to go to a public school, so she would send me to the Catholic school. And it was interesting because my mom was a Christmas and Easter churchgoer, maybe one random time in the year. So I just thought that was normal. We didn't go every week or anything, but it was weird because I would see her, like, we'd have people come to the door and, proselytizing, and she'd be standing there challenging them. Like, okay, but so if Adam and Eve had kids and then everyone was populated from that's incest, so she would be really challenging to them. So that was always kind of in the back of my mind. And then also,
Yeah.
she would like complain about Catholics, those money grubbing Catholics, and you know what I mean? So she's dissing the religious education that I'm getting, basically, even though, I mean, that's very similar. So it was kind of a muddle, I think, of information that I was getting. But she was definitely down on the Catholic way of doing things while having me immersed in it, because that was most of what I was getting. So, but that didn't have any effect on my belief. I believed in God because that was on both ends, whatever that was the thing. But I could see my mom always kind of challenging things, which was interesting because she went on to be, I don't know how to, her personal belief is very deep, but she doesn't go every week or anything, but she holds a strong belief. Her faith is very important to her, but I think it's mostly of her own concoction. But and then my dad, he used to go to church when I was very little, and then I think sometime probably when I was maybe about 6, he stopped going even on Christmas and Easter, and it was almost like when Homer stops going to church on The Simpsons. But just like he just couldn't be bothered, and I know we didn't really talk about it, but it was obvious that he didn't go, and then we just got used to it. Dad just doesn't go to church, and so I later found out that he was agnostic. So but I think he had believed, and we'll probably get to it later on in one of the later questions. About my dad's agnosticism. So but that's what I grew up with was basically a Christian foundation.
That's so interesting that you were observing your mom like shit talk this type of schooling that she was paying to send you to. Did you ever ask her about that? Like, did you say, what's going on?
I haven't since, but it wasn't that she was
at the time
schooling.
you did,
At the time I didn't say anything, but I could probably ask her about it now. But yeah, she just thought the Catholics were greedy, like wanting to get money all the time. And definitely like Catholicism is way more opulent in their expressions to, in their exaltations than Protestant churches. And I think that kind of thing she was very aware of that. And I think that's what she was pushing back on, but also just some of the inconsistencies in the Bible, which now she, I think, doesn't really like to think about. So yeah.
It's so funny how at a certain point you can see the cognitive dissonance and they're just like, yeah, we're not talking about this anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Whereas they would have talked about it at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so what age do you remember starting to question these beliefs you were raised with? Was it kind of around that point? Was it pretty early for you, or was it later on?
No. So when I think about the window of change, it was just, I mean, you talk to so many people, even my mom will say, why do you believe that? Because that's what I was taught. I was like, what kind of an answer is that? Because that's what the Muslim kid was taught, and that's what the Jewish kid was taught.
Yeah.
Like, it's just you happen to be taught the right one. Like, to me, I think, through my whole process, just asking that question, if that's why you believe the thing you believe, why do you think you happen to land on the right one? Why do you not think that all these other faiths landed on the right one? They're wrong. They were taught in the same way you were taught. It was just a different thing. And and not to go further with that question is mind boggling to me. But yeah, so this is funny. So I think I just, whatever. Yeah, of course it's real. I didn't question it at all. And then, so when I was 18 and, my friend and I did a petition to get Mr. Bungle to tour Australia. and we went to every show in Australia. And, if you don't know Mr. Bungle, look it up and ignore everything about Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny. Everything else is great. But anyway, so we went to every show in Australia, and we had the best time. I mean, this was our favorite band. We were hanging out with them, going to shows. We went to like 16 shows or something. And it was literally, to this day, one of the best things I've ever done. And at the end of it, I said to my friend, my partner in crime, Agatha, I was like, wow, this is so great. We got to go to church and thank God for this happening. And we were both in complete agreement. And after seeing this fucked up rock band,
Mr. Bungle.
Mr. Bungle, that my end to this is we should go to church and thank God for this. And it was just so funny to me now. Anyway, but we were, it just didn't happen. And months would go by and I'd say, oh my God, we're so bad. We still haven't gone to church. We're so bad. We still have, I felt like it was this thing we needed to do to say thanks. So, so that's where my head was at 18. Oh, I remember one day during that tour, there were like people, like these preaching people on the street in Perth. I was in Fremantle. I know they were just yelling at people about God, and telling everyone's going to hell and all of that kind of stuff. And they were yelling at people going into the Mr. Bungle concert. And I went up to the lady. I said, I believe in God and I'm going to that concert. So I was like full on, yeah, I believe. And Greg, who was their tour manager, this is how I met him. He was talking about those people too. And yeah, we had this exchange where I was like quite happy to say, yeah, I told them I do believe. And he's like, oh, I told them I didn't. And I was like, oh, okay, but, yeah, so I was like very open about it. And, I just thought that's just part of my life. So, that was 96. Then 1998, there was another road trip that Greg and I were going on. He was working for band Secret Chiefs 3, and I was going to a bunch of shows with him and traveling with him. And I think we were approaching Adelaide, and I remember this winding, grassy, beautiful sort of farmland area, and we were just talking about stuff. And so he wasn't trying to convince me of anything, but just asking all the questions, and it just, yeah, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. And I can't, there was no long struggle. It just, the switch went off. It stopped making sense. And I think I am a logical person at heart, and I hadn't asked the questions until that day. So as soon as the questions were asked, and that's why I'm with anything. If you believed that, it was the Berenstain Bears my whole life, the day I see it's Berenstain Bears, Mandela effect, like, that's it. That's what it is now. And I like Nutella. I always said Nutella, but it's Nutella. So I'm like, it's Nutella, and I'm going to switch now because, even though I like the old way, I'm going to go with the reality, So I think that's just in my psyche. So once it became all of that, it just fell apart in a conversation like that. And I wasn't scared by it. I just sort of, oh yeah, I don't remember having any real existential crisis about it. It was just, oh yeah, that just doesn't make sense anymore. And then from then on, I just got more interested and read more about it, and then, went from there and learned more about atheism.
How did, my next question is, how did others react? Did you even feel like telling your family, or did
I think
Agatha
I didn't
know?
talk about it.
Right?
I think
Yeah, it doesn't seem like something you'd
you
call up and announce, right? Like,
yes, I didn't have to come out, but I think it's just kind of, I don't think it's something I talked about that much. So it would kind of, I think I would just kind of mention it, but maybe I'd be putting feelers out if other people didn't believe. But I don't think I said it, but I know I'd get into conversation. So I'd talk to my mom and I'd be like, this, and this doesn't make sense. So it would kind of become apparent in the kind of conversations that I was having. But that brings me to a point when you and I were first kind of communicating on Facebook. That was like around 2005 or 2006. They had a spot for religion in your MySpace profile, and you said Christian, and I was like, I didn't want you to know. I thought you wouldn't like me because I liked you. And I thought, oh, if she knows that I'm an atheist, she might probably want to be my friend. So, that to this day is like, we had a guy come and clean the carpet last week. And I was like, and he's all, God bless, and oh, I'm in church and all of this. And he keeps giving me blessings. And I feel like, oh, I don't want to upset him. I don't want him to know because I don't want him to think badly of me, And so that persists, even though,
sure.
I know he has nothing to worry about, but I know how people feel about that,
Yeah, I mean, I think it says a lot for the culture that other people outside the culture have to be worried about being judged if they're not in it. And
yeah,
the big thing is that Christianity is supposedly about being non-judgmental. Like, that's the biggest irony.
Oh, I know. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah. Okay. What outcomes were you told you might get in the long term if you didn't live up to the rules or expectations of the faith system, or,
I don't think
whatever
my mother really,
system?
I don't think I got any like, doomsday, I'm going to hell types. I don't think my mother really believes in hell, honestly. So I don't think I got anything like that. So I think that's always going to be the immediate pressure that you're going to get, is the people that you're closest with, or your family, the people who set you on this path, have a belief that you're going to hell now. And, and that's terrifying. Gregory says that too. He's like, if people really think I'm going to hell, the fact, the ones that really try to save you, like, they're actually makes sense that they're doing that. It's like, if you see someone about to fall off a cliff, you want to try and grab their shoulder and stop them. It's like, if you really believe I'm going to hell, I mean, I guess thanks for trying to stop it. I'm not going there, but thank you for trying, because that's what you think is about to happen. So, but it's interesting. One, I don't know if I'm jumping on the answer to another question, but my friend's husband, he's a Buddhist, and he's it's funny the way he talks. He just sounds like a real strange bloke, and he always wears like a tank top, wife beater, and he just doesn't seem like he's that smart, but he's actually really smart the more you get talking to him, And so we'd have a lot of good conversations just about stuff in general, and he was very philosophical and well read. And then I said I was an atheist, and it was like, I don't know if he's like leaning Christian or what, but he was like really rude. Like, but basically made it seem like I was dumb, but not, but like I had some audacity to think that. And I was shocked because I'd never seen this kind of personality switch in him. But yeah, he was like talking to me like I was a flat earther. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't expect that from a Buddhist for some reason. I feel
Yeah,
like they're so
I know.
chill. Yeah.
I didn't expect it from him either. I was like, wait, what is happening right now? Like, because he'd just never been like that before. But he found my atheism, I think, obnoxious and presumptuous, and yeah, and just was kind of disgusted by it almost, and wanted to put me in my place. So that was
Interesting.
probably the weirdest conversation I had. Um,
With an
yeah, about that.
Australian, with a Buddhist, like that's two Venn diagrams of I just think chill. And, you know, it
I
should
know,
be like
right? I know.
extra laid back. So it's funny that you bring that up because I just read a book called Waking Up to the Dark by this guy who had tried to become a Buddhist priest, and he went all the way through the schooling, whatever, however long it takes, and then he couldn't say his final vows in good conscience. And he said
Oh,
that the way his Buddhist masters treated him at that moment was exactly like how a fundamentalist Christian would treat an atheist or something, like the way they like turned on him. He was like,
wow.
wow, okay, well, this is showing me what was leading me not to do this because there's something underneath it that just isn't for me. And yeah, it doesn't align.
Wow.
But
I guess I don't
yeah,
know
it's
enough about
another,
that because I wouldn't have expected that from
well,
them.
that was the first I heard of it when it's a book I just read too. So that's kind of crazy. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's interesting how as I'm talking to people here on Deconstruction Workers, there's a lot of people who have like fundamentalist leanings across like whatever. Like a lot of people will grow up fundamentalist Christian and then they leave it, but then they have that same posture towards their liberalism. You know,
Yes,
like they're kind
yes.
of fundamentalist liberals.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. I know. I know I see that all the time. And I'm like, don't you see you're just the liberal version of the right wing thing that you hate? And I don't yeah, I hate seeing that.
Yeah, it's like, what's under that? Yeah, it's like there's something that has to be studied here. I'm sure someone studied it, so reach out to us.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's a personality type. It's like if this is how you
Hmm.
approach things, you know. So to me, the same thing is true. If I had some, Jesus came and it was very apparent it was Jesus and the sky opened up, I'd be like, yeah, that happened now. So I'm just going to go with that. And I didn't believe it, but now I do. It's just like once I've got the information, I'm going to go. So that's how I do things. For other people, if they strongly believe in something, this is how they tackle it. This is how they share it. This is how they express it. And that's why I hate Bill Maher, because Bill Maher is like when he used to make fun of atheists. He used to say atheists
He
were
did.
stupid, and then he becomes an atheist, puts out a whole documentary, Religulous, which I saw and I enjoy because I didn't hate Bill Maher yet. And but now you're all stupid because you believe. And it's like, well, wait a minute, because remember when you believed and said atheist was stupid? And he does it with everything. Whatever belief he holds today, y'all are all stupid because you don't get it, even though he may change next week, and then you will all be stupid for not getting that, which is now different to what he believed today. I can't stand that. Like just have that awareness that you do that, and then take a step back. It's like, maybe I need to chill because people have changed their minds, so have
Hmm.
some space for that change. I've said, even for all these years of atheism, I really, really, really can't see this happening now, that I could get old and be on my deathbed and find God out of just fear of the unknown. I really don't think it's going to happen, but I've always left a little gap that, yeah, that could happen, because I don't know how I'll feel when I'm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point. It's like, it's so interesting to talk to other people and not convince them of anything, but be like, what's your experience? Like, there's nothing better than that. I'm like, what happened to you? I know my experience. I'm bored with it. Let me hear about you,
Yeah, yeah.
or like I almost said reverse missionary, which sounds disgusting, like reverse cowgirl or something, but like being an anthropologist where you go to another culture to learn rather than try to indoctrinate, like
Yes, yes.
colonialism, reverse colonialism. That sounds filthy too. Um, So that's a good thing I didn't name my podcast that. Yeah, Bill Maher is the worst. I can't.
The what?
There's no one I
Hate.
dislike quite that much. He's just up there with all the worst. So let's see. Okay, this is kind of, I don't like how I worded this question, but what are some messy things that you have become aware of that you feel like you can face more easily, even though it's kind of messy? Or do you feel more clarity around certain things? Or
I think, well, just what you said at the beginning of the podcast is just people feeling more comfortable talking about this. I mean, I look forward to that because I wouldn't say it's messy, but I feel, like I said, I still don't feel comfortable just saying I'm an atheist openly to, new people. It's weird because sometimes I'll assume certain types of people probably don't believe or are pretty agnostic or ambivalent. And then I'll find out that they do believe. And then I feel like a jerk because I was just kind of like, yeah, and I was like, that was wrong and maybe a little rude. And, so I think that's where, I think just that, being more comfortable just to say, yeah, I'm an atheist. I mean, I've had so many conversations with my mother where clearly I'm saying why I think God doesn't exist, but these have been conversations where I've not used the A word. And then I think it was maybe the last couple of years I said, oh, that's right. She ran into my confirmation sponsor and she was telling her what I was up to and all of that. And then she said, and I said, well, I guess the confirmation didn't really work because now I'm an atheist. And then my mom went, oh, like, don't say that. Like, I know you have sex with men, but don't say that you're gay,
well, that's
I
so
mean, if I were a
tell.
man.
Let's just not say it out loud.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that felt like,
Yeah. That's very generational, I think.
Yeah, I know all the things that you think aren't right, but you're not that. No, we're not that. Yeah, because I guess that
If you say it out loud, it makes it real.
I know, and that's totally what happened. I mean, and this is like 15 plus years of having conversations about this,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was shocked that she couldn't handle the A word.
Yeah, that's really fascinating. Do you and your dad ever talk about it? Does Terry ever?
So Terry, so he likes to, and I feel it's kind of mean to my mom because, some, ridiculous Christian thing will happen and we'll go as if that's happening. We're kind of obnoxiously joking about stuff around her and she just seems kind of bummed. And then, and I've kind of stopped doing that because I was like, that's mean. But, he also, he's agnostic, but thinks that it's, there has to be something, because there's agnosticism where people think there's probably nothing. I'm not sure agnostic. And then there's there is something, but I don't know what it is agnostic, so he's in there is something, but he thinks Christianity is just absolute bullshit. So all of the organized religions he doesn't go for, but he thinks there is a higher power that created everything and is behind everything. So he's that kind of agnostic. So he thinks that it's obnoxious for me to be an atheist. Yeah, he kind of said something like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I said I just don't have any reason to believe in it. Nothing. I've not seen any compelling evidence for it, so I'm not being a jerk. I've not been convinced. So and there's that whole I'm not a you're not like it's not a big, oh, that's right. He tried to tell me that that was my belief, that I didn't believe in God. I'm like, it's not a belief. The absence of belief isn't a belief, so like, you don't have to have a title because you don't believe in Santa Claus, like that's not a belief system. I believe that Santa Claus is not real, like you don't have to make a thing.
Yeah,
it's
no,
just,
I'm unemployed.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's your job, being unemployed.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what you're doing.
You do have a job. That's
so funny. You cannot win that argument. I mean, it sounds like both your parents are very strong personalities and not shy about sharing their opinions. So of course it would come to reason that they would sire you, who is like, okay, I got to be logic based because I'm up against these people who are going to be like, well, what about this?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
does that sound right? Am I picking up on
Yeah, it's
that?
fine.
Okay.
It's just a different oh shit, man. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Sorry, where
Well,
were we?
we're
Oh, that it,
keep going.
oh
You
yeah, you
you
asked, it
do.
makes sense that they side someone. Yeah, it's funny because, and you see that when you have your own kid, you're trying to, you're not like trying to, well, some people are, but not trying to make them be exactly like you. But when they are like
Some
you and
people are.
agree with you, you're like, yeah. And then when they start to have these different opinions, you're like, huh, that's kind of a disappointment. But
No.
it's good, so I think, yeah, it makes
No.
sense that I have the sort of strong opinions that I do. It's just different to theirs. So
I mean, it's super healthy, right? Like to not, be your own person. You have to, what's the
yeah.
psychological word, like differentiate or something. Like you just have to do that. But yeah, with my own kids, I'm like, I bristle sometimes. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And then I have to think, it's me. That's what I always did. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to do it this way because you told me to do it this way. So,
Yeah.
uh,
What are some of the
so
things, how have the kids gone? And if you're
Oh yeah,
okay
no, I
talking
wish,
about
and I
them,
should.
then
I'm happy. Yeah, no, I guess I want to respect their privacy, but it doesn't have anything to do with beliefs. It's more like how they handle things interpersonally. I think, like
right.
if I see them like if my son is going to spot his friend for his roommate, like, oh, I'm going to cover him for the rent, and if he doesn't pay me back, that's okay. And I'm kind of like, you're setting yourself up for failure, like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's very nice of you, but it's just like things that life is going to teach you. Like he bought a Eurovan that's exactly as old as him, like 2002
Oh no.
Eurovan. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
Judah, no, 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 no. Like that thing is going to be, you're paying whatever, $10,000 for it. It's going to cost you $10,000 in the first year. And he's like, I just love it though. And it $20,000 later, he can't sell it, because he had to put a new transmission in. He sends me
Oh,
videos from the road of like he's driving it and the car's filled with steam from the
yeah.
coolant or something, and I'm just like, I don't want to say I told you so because I don't have to. Like he's learning, right? But
Yeah.
it's kind of things where I feel like I can see really clearly what's going to happen. Like it's not, I don't get offended by their taste in music or movies or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's kind of things I consider super simple.
Yeah. That's it, because I got
But
a lot
at
of
the
shit
same,
from my parents about, like, not my mom so much, from my dad about my music. So Quincy's not like super into music, but he likes some things that I don't like. And I was starting to like act like my dad, and I was like, do not act like, I just say,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not into that. And I just kind of explain, like, just like, 90s like rave music that I hated. I was like, this sounds like music I hated since the 90s. So it's totally fine if you like it, but I'm sorry, I really don't. And I've not liked it for 30 years. So,
Yes.
I just try to be
Yeah.
as kind as possible. But, yeah, but thankfully he likes a lot of what I like.
I know, right? It's the fact that you sent me that picture of Quincy wearing the Supergrass t-shirt the other day, and both
Oh
my
yeah.
kids fight over this one Supergrass shirt, so I bought another one for them. Yeah, and I'm like,
Aw,
okay, my genes trickle down a little bit in some way.
yes. To me, it's like, well,
um,
because I grew up with easy listening music playing all the time. And I was like, oh, this is old people music. Even though I didn't have the taste of music yet, I just knew I had to push back
yeah,
against old people music. But it actually, I have such good foundational knowledge of 60s, 70s, and 80s, music
bread.
from listening
You
from
know
this,
so much
from this
about
playing.
bread.
I do know, baby, I'm gonna want you. But yeah, and so it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna have this playing and play what I'm gonna play, and it'll all go in like this stuff went in for me. So that's, I think, the best you can do. Just let it seep in. So
Yes, have the
yeah,
culture there, and
yeah.
hopefully they'll absorb it. Then
See,
they
it's a
have to
different kind
rebel
of
at some point.
indoctrination. Quiet indoctrination.
Passive. Sneak attacks, and they don't see
indoctrination.
it coming.
Yes. As an atheist, I do think indoctrination is okay in certain circumstances.
I'm going to indoctrinate you with my atheism. Judah will say things because we don't go to church anymore. But I think Jesus is really like he was a nice guy. You know, like if you
He's
look
a
at what
nice,
he actually
he?
did, he was. I like him. You know, like I don't like
Yeah.
what Christian culture thinks and says he does because I swear to you, like it's night and day, right? But anyway, when Judah really like wants to piss me off, he'll go, "You're such a fucking Christian," and you can tell that he really thinks he got me with that one. But I'm kind of delighted that he'll say that and whatever. Judah's path. He says that astrology is his religion. And he knows a lot about it. It's kind of crazy. He can look at a chart and he can read like all the whatever the placements are. And I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. Yeah. So
Wow.
I mean,
So
they're
is
going
he,
to find their own belief system or
so would they call themselves Christian at this point or no?
yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah. And Judah always says that there's no one his age who's a Christian. He doesn't know anyone whose family goes to church and I know that like more people are leaving the church, but this also might be a specific West Coast kind of thing.
Exactly. I was going to say, yeah, these like city kids, but also just like there's a lot of, cause Quincy's like a lot of, Hispanic friends and they're very religious. So I know
Catholic,
a lot of Catholics and I know some of his friends, totally, believe, but I think he has a couple that don't, but, yeah.
Are they Hispanic MAGAs? Do you know?
No. They're not MAGAs.
Okay.
I think I think pretty much everyone in his group all thinks Trump sucks. But, yeah, there was this one kid that used to, give him a hard time. I think this was in primary school and, elementary school. I can't believe I said primary. That's what we say in Australia. Anyway.
That's cute. No, stay with it.
And this kid told Quincy that he hoped he was struck down by that God struck him down, and Quincy's like, I don't care, I don't believe in him, and it just made the kid even more mad.
The kid was probably like, I'm getting away from you because then you're going to get struck down.
Yeah,
and then of course nothing happened.
Yeah, and also like what a nice Christian thing to say, that wishing God to strike a 10-year-old down.
Let's call CPS on this family. Who's saying this to a 10-year-old, right?
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, while we were on the subject of Terry, can I ask if we can sidebar real quick and you tell the story about
I know what you're gonna
asking him a special question.
Yes. Special question.
Is that okay?
Oh, of course it is okay. Like I said, I didn't want to sully your podcast with
Please,
with
let's
the
sully
dong.
it.
Yeah. So what was it? Well, I forget do you remember what the preceding story was that they said dong?
You and Bunyan had been talking about the word dong, and it was coming up so much that your mom was like, why do you guys keep saying this word? And then it became apparent that your mom didn't know the definition of the word
so
dong.
she said dong. What is dong? And I was like, and I started laughing because my mom is just saying, what is a dong? What is it? And she just kept saying it. Oh no, I think it's because on my phone, my thing said sent from my iDong. When you used to say sent from my iPhone, I changed it to iDong. And she's like, what is iDong? What is a dong? And I was like, oh my God. And so, I said, ask Dad, he'll know. And then my dad was like, I don't know. And she's like, Terry, other side. And then she said, this is your favorite part. Terry, do you know what a dong is? She's gone. I'm glad I didn't forget the line. Terry, do you know what a dong is? And he didn't know either. And then you also like what my answer was, because I didn't want to say it.
Part two. I love part two.
I said, it's a man's pot. Because I didn't want to say penis to my parents. Or dick.
And with your accent, you go, a man's pot. And like that really
pot.
sent me.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so then she repeated that and then started laughing.
Amazing. That reminds me of when we were at some show, one of Greg's shows. He's up there performing as Neil Hamburger, and he says from the stage, if anyone has a problem with the material in the show, please go to the men's bathroom and speak your complaint into a man's penis.
I knew you were going to say that. And I think I would have forgotten about it had you not like talked about it so much after. Then it's such a great complaint. And the problem with it is to this day, like, no, I'm a magician. I'm in a different world than than the Neil Hamburger world. But I want to say that so often. I want to say if anyone doesn't like something, they should speak their complaint into a man's penis. But I can't. I'm in a different realm of show business and I can't say it, but I really want to. And it haunts me because of you keeping that phrase alive.
It's too good. I mean, it makes me think of how many things you and Greg say in the car that just are, evaporate. No one can appreciate that. They're
I
not
know.
memorialized. Okay, while we're here, talk a little bit about your magic.
Oh, my
Tell the
magic.
people,
Okay. Tell the
yeah,
people.
about
So
how magical you are.
how magical I am. How magical I am now. Well, so we did however many episodes of Dongtini, and the last episode we did, I said, I passed my audition and now I'm a member of the Academy of Magical Arts at the Magic Castle. So I'd just been a student. I'd just taken classes. This was 2015. And I just passed my audition. And I guess I got caught up with magic after that because that was kind of the end of Dongtini. It wasn't announced. We didn't know that was the last episode.
I know, it just kind of dissolved.
It just dissolved. And anyway, so yes, that was 2015. So fast forward to today. Now I'm a professional magician. I perform at the Magic Castle and get paid to do magic. It's my full-time job. And I teach the classes that I once took. So, and now I am the president of the Academy of Magical Arts. So a lot has happened
Oh
to
my God.
Yes.
Yeah, it has. Well, I know that you'll tell me, you're like, oh, I'm out of town that week. I have a gig. You travel, you work, and you do strolling magic. And
Yes, yeah. I'm just hustling, getting gigs where I can. But
I'm so happy for you guys. This is what you wanted. You always wanted this. And when you were a kid, you would put on magic shows, and your sign you made said,
Simone Dawn, the magic person, prepare to be amazed. So it's funny, actually the last time I performed at the castle in April, they changed the length of the show in this room. It used to be a 2-person show, and there was a 1 person. I could do 30 minutes, and I was like, I could just add another trick or two and pad out my usual 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I was like, no, I want to make it a little more of a narrative. So I actually opened the show with doing a trick, the actual prop that I had from that magic kit that I put prepared to be amazed on, the actual one, and telling the story about how I got harassed by Girl Scouts when I did my show for the Girl Scouts when I was like about 11. And, and I just really like that I brought this genuine story and the actual prop that I used all the way back then. So, but I just kind of made it more of a narrative about my magical journey. So yeah, that was fun.
oh, okay. I'm sad that the Girl Scouts harassed you. How old were you at the time?
I was 11, and so I did this, it was like a clown night, and so I said, I'll do some magic. And so every trick I did, they would like touch my stuff or call out how they thought the trick worked, and just made it really hard to do anything. And so but the last trick, which is the one I did, was the one that fooled them. And they were like, wait a minute. And they like came after me, and
you were hooked.
They was, and I was like, okay. So the way I do it in the show now is I actually do that trick first. I'm like, I did this trick and I fooled them. But before that, it was horrible. And then lights go dark, and I actually use it there's a trick that I do that kind of, I want the audience to call me out and say, no, it's over here. No, it's over there. The way kids call out at magic shows and harass I actually want them to do that. It makes the trick funny. So I asked them to take on the role of the evil Girl Scouts. And I encourage everyone to stop buying Girl Scout cookies because they're bad people.
Yeah, fuck them. How do you feel about Chris Lilly? Okay, Australian people, whatever. During the pandemic, I got obsessed with the show, his show, Jamae, the private school girl.
Oh,
Like, how
that's right.
familiar
Yes,
are
yes.
you? Yeah.
I
Do
saw,
you
what
have
was
thoughts
that?
on him?
I saw High School High, and
Yeah.
that's all I saw. But yeah, I thought he was great. I thought that show was great. But I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with him. But I
Okay.
like
I mean, it
finding
just,
Australian things when I'm here because I'm out of the loop. Like I don't know so many Australian celebrities now because I'm here. So yeah,
right? Yeah, that's
yeah.
unfortunate. We still treasure bar jars. The all
Oh yes,
region.
we showed
We had to get
Quincy.
an all
Yes.
region DVD. Oh, what does Quincy think?
Oh yeah, he loved it. He loved it. Yeah, yeah.
Of
It's time for
course.
another viewing, I think. Zavlaki,
Judah
it's still warm.
Judah will call us any of you lovely ladies care to, and then like whatever he wants to do,
Yeah,
like care to bring me a Coke or I'll preface things like that. Nobody knows what we're talking about. Um,
that's okay.
so Chris Lilly also has a show called Jonah from Tonga that made me absolutely howl, and then come to find out it was like canceled in Australia, because the
Oh, for being offensive.
indigenous element. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah, yeah.
straight up offensive. It was like nothing but offensive, but I'm so far removed.
Was he
And
doing
I,
blackface to be
no,
Jonah?
no,
Yeah.
no, I don't think so. That's not my memory. I could be totally wrong because, yeah, now I can't find it
Yeah.
anywhere. I can't rewatch it because they got rid
Oh,
of it. So
wow.
you know that it was intense, but
Scrubbed. I bet I can find
there's
someone who
nothing
can find it.
funnier to me. Like Australians are like peak funny for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think so.
yeah,
Pretty
you keep
fucking
us
great.
coming back. So the next question, and this is also, I don't know if this is cheesy, but I wrote, how does uncertainty feel to you these days as opposed to when you were first beginning to deconstruct?
Oh,
I
oh,
don't know
yeah.
how much that applies to you because I don't feel like you really had an uncertain, ambivalent phase. It doesn't sound like.
No, but I mean, I guess uncertain. Yeah, I didn't. I went to like, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. And it wasn't that I didn't keep thinking about it. It was just, it's like it was like math to me. Like, yep, it's still not adding up. It's still not adding up. So it was just done. But I think, I mean, maybe if I could seg that question into uncertainty about the afterlife, which is, I think, a reason that people, hold on to things. And I'm not like afraid of, because I think a lot of people like take comfort in thinking there's going to be something after that, and it takes away the
Yeah.
fear for a lot of people. And for me, I'm not afraid of Quincy. We talk about this, and he kind of is a little worried. And I'm not telling him like, no,
Oh,
this, Bill Maher, it's nothing to worry about. You're an idiot. I just say I'm not worried because I just think I'll be dead and I won't feel or know anything, and so I'm not worried about it because the second it's over, it doesn't matter. I don't care about my legacy. I don't care about my stuff. I don't, if I think about not seeing you like grow up or whatever, if I died tomorrow, then that makes me sad now as a living, existing person. But, I'm not, I think there's nothing to worry about because it's a switch. It's off. It's done. There's nothing there.
mhm.
And I'm okay with that. I, if anything, I would almost say it's comforting. I don't have to worry about this after. It doesn't mean I act like an
Seriously.
asshole. Yeah. I don't act like
I
an
mean,
asshole because
you
I think
get a
there's
rest
nothing, but
finally.
yes, exactly. Oh my
It's
God,
like,
the
can I please
ultimate
have a
rest.
break?
Yes,
Eternal life sounds exhausting to me.
yes. Well, exhausting. If we talk about, that's the other thing too, why I find, and that's why I was asking if you watched The Good Place,
Yeah.
because it goes through all of these different possibilities of the afterlife, and and it hit upon some of the things that I already thought about it, because I just think, when people say, oh yeah, eternal life's great, I'm like, have you really thought about what that is? Because what that is, the way we function now, we really are limited by our human existence. We can't think how we're going to think when we are a, eternal being. It's impossible for us to think that way. So all we can do is think about this as we are now, and thinking about, we exist now, we thrive, we struggle, we do everything with knowing we have a limited time. We have so much time on earth and then it's gone. So time is like, I'm going to do this before I die. That's why we have bucket lists. I'm going to do this before I die. I've got to go to this exhibit while it's still on. Time constraints keep us moving, and when you have well, for example, like Tiki Tea, the Tiki bar in my neighborhood, we lived close to it, and it's just like, oh, cool, that's there. Once I knew it was there and I could go anytime, we never went. And to me, that's what I think the afterlife is. What will you do when you have eternity? You have no impetus to get anything done, to go do it, because it will always be there. And I feel like that drive that we have is doesn't exist. And so, you know, yes, we like to hang out with our friends and have good conversations, but for how long can you have these conversations? Do you know what I mean? They've got to reach a point where, like, I think we've said everything that needs to be said, you know? And yeah, so they get to that stuff in the good place. That's why I was like, oh,
I'm gonna watch it. You made me want to go back in. Yeah,
yes,
I'm
just
going
get
to.
over your Kristen Bell issues, and yeah, you'll be.
Her forehead is so distracting.
The fact is, she's kind of
It
a
looks like it's
mean
wax.
person. The character is pretty awful.
Exactly.
So I feel
yeah,
like
her character is like unlikable, and she's supposed to be. So she's doing a good job.
She's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I can lean into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So yeah, but just all those things, it just seems like it would be the perfect show to dig into that. But yeah, so those are my things about the afterlife. So when you talk about uncertainty, that's the only real uncertainty I have, and I think there sort of is, and I don't worry about it. So yeah, and I'm trying to enforce that.
That's the goal.
Onto Quincy. Yeah.
So, don't worry about it.
And it's not a Pascal's wager thing. Well, there's probably nothing, so I'm just not going to worry about it, because that doesn't. Isn't
that so insulting? Like that's so insulting of your humanity and your intelligence. Yeah, to say, okay, I guess I believe in it if I don't have to be thrown into a lake of fire. Like I'm kind of like, I'd rather be in that lake of fire than say I believe in something I don't believe in.
Exactly. It's so dumb, because it's like you don't really believe in it. You're only believing in it, saying you believe in it because you think that it's not a true belief. You're doing it to save your ass, basically.
Yeah, where's your spine?
Get a spine.
You're so basic for being able to go along with that, Pascal. So, okay, my final question was written for people who are still kind of in the process, and I don't think that you were in the process so much as a lot of people we have on here. But the question is, how can we, as in the royal we, your friends and community, support you, and what makes you feel cared for and safe?
I think, and this is a two-way street. I think I think all atheists, when they first become atheists, so yeah, I'll talk about me making other people feel safe, because I think all atheists, when they first kind of like read Dawkins and stuff, they can be dicks. And so, and have a bit of Bill Maher in them, and just be like, oh, you're a believer, and wear it on their faces. And
and be fundamentalist about it.
And be fundamentalist about it. And, you know, and I think there's always, you know, a little, there's feelings, there's disappointment when you find out someone believes something you think is crazy, or likes Nickelback, or whatever. Anything that goes against your beliefs, you're just like, oh, that's too bad. But, you know, there's more to people than just that. So depending on, you know, if it's just a part of them that's not really a big deal, then there's no reason to outwardly express what your internal dialogue is about these things. And the more then you can openly talk about it, the more you can learn about things, and keep considering new information. You know what I mean? There's always keeping things open. So, you know, I think basically just having that's cool. Not what was it? There was some video I saw just yesterday or today of some woman like standing up in a flight in the middle of the goddamn air, telling everyone about Jesus. And it's like, oh, what? And the people in the comments like, it's not a big deal. She didn't harm anyone. It's just words. It's like, and then the person who was posting was like, if they was preaching Islam, or, you know, they would have like been, you know, thrown to the ground. Like they're about to take the plane down and freak out. You know what I mean? Like that's how people would react to that. But it's Christian. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's like, I think we just need to be, oh, it's fine about everything, or just, you know, sort of not be proselytizing, you know? So, yeah, so I just think being supportive and just being more of the mind that you don't know what this person's belief is until they tell you. And rather than assuming they're Christian, or assuming they're an atheist or whatever. So sort of presume that you don't know, and then be gracious in your response.
Hmm.
Because I would like to
Yeah.
feel like I can just like tell the carpet cleaner, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't believe," and he's just like, "Oh, that's cool," But I'm afraid. I don't want to
Hmm.
say it. I don't feel like I can just say that. And because I mean, here's the
Yeah.
thing: not to get into a whole bigger political conversation, but all the things I thought were getting better, with acceptance of
Yeah.
LGBT and all of that stuff. I remember
Racism.
saying
Yeah. All of it.
racism. It's like, oh, I remember saying like, it'll be great. Not that I want my parents to die, but when the boomers die out, they're going to take all of this bigotry with
Yeah.
them. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then Trump brought it all to the surface again because I never thought it was gone, but I just thought it's there, but it's not okay to talk about it. And then he made it okay to talk about it. And then that just, all the older people started talking about it, and then these younger people picked it. And this is another whole conversation, but so it's kind of scary to see that. I just don't know where things are going again with wanting people to be able to
Yeah.
express their religion or their whatever, and it's just like, no, this different fundamentalism is taking over again, and it's terrifying.
Absolutely. Completely. Um,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Judah with his astrology thing. He's been saying that the planets are aligning in certain ways as they were for each of the major revolutions, like in the past, like the French Revolution, the Civil War. Um, it's he's like, so we're due for another one, and all of these things are insert like in each time. People finally got fed up with what was going on, and they like revolted, and it
Uh-huh.
created really important change.
Hmm.
So that's kind of a fun side effect of having a kid who knows a lot about astrology. I was like, oh wow, okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I'll think about that.
God,
Because
this
yeah,
is
we're way overdue.
yeah, there are these phases. Gosh, I knew the word, forgot the word, remembered it, and then saculums. Yes, these
What's that?
periods. It's do you watch ContraPoints?
No,
She's my
contrapoints.
favorite. Oh yeah, oh my God, you'll love her. She's my
Okay.
favorite YouTuber. But she's a philosopher. She was a philosophy professor, and now she just makes amazing, funny, elaborate YouTube videos about stuff. But she also does like these side ones that she has on Patreon. But there was this one about generations, but it was just talking about how people think, oh, this generation's more liberal than the last one, and these ones are like this, and as if it's generational, but it's not. It has to do with cycles of big events in time. So like depressions and, wars and certain things, that these are the things that guide it. So like the 2008 economic crisis, that was so she talks about how her brother is 5 years younger than her, so she's a millennial who's kind of like, yeah, I can do whatever I want, and the world's my oyster. But because her younger brother came sort of after that, I gotta save, I got nothing. He's in a different mindset. It's not a generational, it's based on the events that happened, that sets off this new saculum.
I love this. I have to find this person. ContraPoints?
Yeah. Her name's
Amazing.
Natalie Wynn. Yeah,
I
I'll
haven't
hook
even
you
heard
up.
of her.
Oh my
Thank
God,
you.
she's brilliant,
Yeah,
and
this
really funny
sounds
too. Yeah,
amazing. Oh, good. Is she American or Australian or what?
yeah, she's from Baltimore.
Oh, how about that? I'm
Yeah,
like, she's probably not American if she's brilliant and funny. Like,
yeah,
that's automatically where I go.
yeah. No, I think
Okay.
you will inhale her.
Yay. I love having something new to inhale, right? Like
Yes,
finding a
yes.
new book or, yeah, something you can't put down or a show. Yeah, it's like all I want. Um, okay, now on to the basic bitch portion of the program. Uh, these were not crafted with you in mind, but they are all like perfect for you.
Yeah, I think you know
It's
the
like back
answer to
to our
some of that.
Dongtini roots. I think I do, and everyone needs to know your answer just to all of these. So the first question is, what is your Taco Bell order?
Well, I'm going to let you answer that.
Oh shit. Okay, Mexican pizza.
Yes, with no meat.
Okay,
Yes,
with
yes,
no meat,
and no,
obviously. Yes,
yes, yeah,
some kind of
and
taco.
yes, yeah, no, it's the Mexican pizza
No
with
meat,
no
obviously.
meat. Yeah, and
Okay.
here's the terrible. I've been getting into the spicy potato taco. That's really good
Okay.
too. So I have those two things. So the Mexican pizza is made with refried beans, and got one. I don't get it that often, but I had to grab a bite before I went to a gig last week, and I I drove after I got it for 5 minutes, opened it up. There were black beans in that. That's like getting sugar-free when you did not order sugar-free. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind black beans, but I don't want them in my Mexican pizza. So that was disappointing. And do we have time for me to share the Taco Bell news?
Oh, we have tons of time. Oh, good. We have a couple more hours. We can go as long as it's up to you.
Okay.
Like, if you need to get back and start painting, whatever.
Oh, okay. No, I'm done for the day. Oh, yeah. So the Taco Bell news is on my phone, but I'll just sum it up. But yeah, no, because there's this line in it. It was so funny. It was so funny. And I had it on my phone, but now I'm using my phone to record the thing because of technical difficulties. But
listeners on our podcast, Dongtini, we had a segment called Taco Bell News because that's how into Taco Bell we are.
Yeah. And we even recorded live from Taco Bell once, remember?
And we got yelled at.
Okay, the title is Man Arrested in Early Morning Hours for Going Pants Down and Chimichanga Out Near Florida Taco Bell. Oh my God.
So who wrote this headline?
It was on foxnews.com. So reliable. Yeah.
Fox wrote
oh my God. Yeah. They had a lot of Taco Bell news. But yeah, so this guy had his pants down. I'd say, why would you allegedly expose yourself near the side door of a Florida Taco Bell around 1 a.m. on a Thursday morning? And why would you do so when you're in possession of a pet fish? If you're not worried about yourself, have you no concern for what could become of your fish?
He had a pet fish on him, they're saying?
He did, yeah. So, yeah, he just had his pants
What
down.
About Bob, where he wore his goldfish around his neck. I don't know how well you know that movie. Oh, that's right.
It was so cute. Yes. Oh, I love that movie, yes.
I love that movie.
In fact, that's the first thing I streamed off Netflix when you had disc, but they also started streaming. What About Bob was the first thing. I was like, let's try this. You can play it off the website. Yeah. I love What About Bob. I probably haven't seen it since then. But anyway, yeah. So that, we were always reporting on stories like that of crazy people at Taco Bell. And, that was one of them. Pants down at Taco Bell in the news.
It kind of segues into our other segment, Dongs in the News. There were always headlines. They were always in the news. We had no shortage.
Yeah, that's a crossover. Taco Bell, Dong in the news. And remember was that Aaron that did that? Dongs in the news.
I think it was. Or was it JP?
JP did the Taco Bell one. He went. We went, because I would go, now it's time for Taco Bell news. He goes, think outside the bun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man, our sound effects were elite.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a coffee drinker? My memory is that you're not, but my question on here is, what is your coffee order?
My coffee order. So I don't really, I drink coffee with a lot of syrup. So it'll be more like a pumpkin spice latte or some kind of, there's a chocolate orange mocha at this coffee shop near my place, which I have with my friend once a month. But I've become a tea drinker for the last year. I have several different teas that I get, a French Earl Grey from this place in Australia, and then they have a Singapore breakfast that's like coconutty and and I'm obsessed with it. So so it's
so
I'd
say
so Earl Grey or an English breakfast tea with 3 sugars and some milk because I like sugar.
Me too. And I always think of you because I've been reading, whenever I come across a David Bowie interview, they'll say that like I've read more than one reporter say that they went to drink his coffee or his tea or whatever, and he's like, oh, that's too sweet for you. Like that's your cup. You're gonna think I'm insane how much I sweeten it. And then I remember you because I think you're like, don't judge me, but I'm gonna order like 8 pumps of syrup or something like that. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I remember once my friend Agatha was visiting and she came around in fall and I said, oh, you got to try pumpkin spice latte because Australia only does savory pumpkin and America only does sweet pumpkin. I say both are good and I try to bridge that gap. that cultural gap.
Yeah,
So I said,
do
have this
both.
pumpkin, do both. Roasted pumpkin, it's so good. Anyway, yeah, so I told her to get a pumpkin spice latte. She got it just as they make it. I had added an additional 2 pumps of syrup. I think it comes with 3. I'd made it 5 pumps of syrup. And then she drank about half and she goes, I can't drink this. It's too sweet. And then I took a sip of hers and said, it just tastes like milk to me.
See, this is the correct. I have such a sweet tooth. Like nothing's too sweet for me. Like people will say they don't want to eat Peeps candy because it's too, and I'm like, how can that possibly be too sweet? Like they're delicious, you know?
Oh,
So
I've never had one because I don't like marshmallows and
they're
also, yeah.
marshmallow. Well, they're not vegetarian. Yeah. But,
Yeah, there's that too.
they're
So I
sweeter
would
than
try it at
sugar.
least. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah.
Do they make vegan marshmallows at all?
I've never liked marshmallows, even when I ate meat. I just, regardless of that, I was just never a marshmallow fan. My mom was, and I would just eat them. I was like, yeah, I don't really like this. So I'm not big on the marshmallow. But recently, I don't know if you know, Trader Joe's has these like mini, like margaritas and mini cosmopolitan cans. And I was just randomly getting those. And then I suddenly had it once. I was like, this is too sweet. And I was like, and a couple of them were too sweet. And I just thought I was like having a stroke or something because I was like,
Nothing's ever been too sweet for me before. Yeah.
No. Yeah. I was like, what is that? Why? But I was drinking this. It's not like it was a brand new thing. But then, and so I was like diluting it with water and I was like, what have I become? So yeah, that was a little disturbing.
That's another fun, probably perimenopause side effect that
Yeah,
you never
that's what
read
I'm
about,
thinking.
and then you just like are surprised with, and you're like, great, yet another.
That times with the waking up at 6 a.m., Quincy said to me, he's like, yeah, you never sleep till 11 a.m. anymore. I'm like, I know.
Yes,
Not who I am.
those days are gone. I know.
I'm just wide awake.
It's I have no words for it. I
Yeah.
have a lot of feelings and no words. So do you ever look at your screen time when they send you the little weekly report, or would you rather not know?
I've set up those apps to monitor it or to tell you, hey, you've used this for too long. But I stopped. I just kept ignoring them, and it helped a little bit. But what I did was I moved the Facebook app so that it's not like I have to go a bit deeper to get it. It's not cause sometimes you just mindlessly open it because it's right there. So I just stopped it from being right there. And yeah, I can't tell what's happening right now. I think I've been shopping mostly because I'm buying new stuff for the new place, but I haven't just been doom scrolling as much as I used to. Yeah, so I think it's not too bad, but I could be doing other things more for sure. Yeah. But
It's such a conundrum. I finally got a brick. That one of those things that you have to tap, like it's a magnet thing, so you like put it on your fridge, so you have to like it turns your phone into a landline basically, where it turns off your social media apps. You just tap it, and it's kind of nice because I was always overwriting all the little like time limit things, I'd just be like, whatever, and swipe it. But you still want your phone to work, like if you need like in case my kid needs to call me, that kind of thing. So it just turns off whatever apps you pick that you get sucked into too easily.
And you have to go to that spot like it's on the wall, like to answer the phone. Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty great for me.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it because it'll tell you also like how long you've had it bricked. And I'm like, I had it bricked for 22 hours. I'm so good.
Oh, that's great. I might look into that.
But then I'm like, oh, I have to catch up on all these notifications, So.
I know.
What is your favorite movie?
So yeah, so I have 6 favorite movies. I always have this top 6.
6?
And,
all right.
Yeah. And I always forget one. I can never remember all 6. And so I was like, I'm going to write it down. And then of course I forgot one. And it's like one of the ones that have been on the list the longest. So my top 6 are Ghost World, Back to the Future, Virgin Suicides, Pulp Fiction, Rebecca, and The Wizard of Oz. So, yeah, those are they're interchangeable. They're great movies in different ways. So those are my top 6 and define me based on that.
So I remember sending you Ghost World on VHS when we were newly friends.
Oh yeah,
And
and I
then you
already had
said
it.
that you already had it. Yeah. And I was
Yes.
like, yes, like, oh, she's already familiar with this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it in the theater. And in fact, I just sold at our garage sale the DVD because we have the Blu-ray
Oh my
of it. And I even
God.
have an Enid doll. And yeah. And I haven't seen it that many times. I've probably seen it like 4 or 5 times, and because to me, I want to save it because it's so special
Yeah.
that I don't want to I just want it to be fresh. I'm definitely probably due for another screening. But I know when I first saw it, I was like, this is me and Greg. She's like into vintage clothing and, kind of awkward. And he's into records. And older. So, yeah,
He
it was
was
kind of
this,
just
Greg was
perfect.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's so
totally. When I watched
funny.
this, I was like, this is us. I'm her. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah. So
sweet.
I love Ghost World.
So Back to the Future, do you have do rewatches of those very often, or how do you feel
Oh,
about rewatching that?
I've seen that so many times, and that I'll watch. I mean, I've seen it a million times. Quincy loves it. So, we went last year was the 40th anniversary. So Quincy and I, went to a screening in the theater in IMAX. That was a new experience. And right behind me, you can't quite tell, but that is a shag print of Marty McFly, on his back during the, Johnny B. Good, at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. So,
The shag print of that, I never knew this existed. That is
I
so
know
insane.
a friend of mine sent me a link and I was like, God damn it. Cause I had to get it, like I can't not have my favorite
You're
artist,
helpless
one of my
now.
favorite movies. I must have this. But Greg was cool. He was like, it's an investment. It's an investment. So I was like, yeah, let's say that. So we got it. But, and it was cool too because, the gymnasium where they shot the dance in the movie is just like on the same block as the Magic Castle. So, and we had a swap meet the other day. So I was like lying on stage like Marty McFly.
No,
Yes,
I never knew
yes. And my
that's
friend
where it
took photos.
was.
Yeah, it's right there.
Please send them to
And
me. Oh
I
my
will send that. I
God.
will send that to you. And they also have recreations of the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, in November. They try to have it on November 5th because that's the date for the movie,
Fifth.
but they'll have it around
Yeah.
there. And I went to that in, 2024. And oh my God. So the actual guy that plays Marvin Berry, he was there and he came up and he sang Earth Angel and I had tears streaming down my face.
No,
Yes. I was like, no, it was so good. Yeah. It was the
this
best.
is your cousin, Marvin
Oh,
Berry.
dear.
You know that new
Yeah.
sound you've been looking for?
So listen to this.
Oh my God. Okay, Pulp Fiction. I saw that 3
We,
times in the theater when it first came out.
yeah, that was
I
something we
was,
bonded on very early.
we did, I think.
Yes,
And
yes.
I haven't done a rewatch in a little while. When's
I,
the last time you saw it?
I probably watched that, I would say in the last 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years ago it's been. So, I'm waiting for the right time to show Quincy. So,
Oh,
yeah,
right. That's an
yeah.
age sensitive kind of
It is age
situation.
sensitive, but yeah, he's seen a lot now for his 13 years. So, I saw a lot. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street when I was 8, so I'm kind
Oh,
of,
holy shit.
yeah, it was just on TV. I mean, I think they probably cut a lot of the sex scenes and
Oh
stuff,
my
but
God,
yeah,
Australia.
yeah. I mean, we would
So
there'd be like an
permissive.
ad for a movie and like that was going to be on TV and that had boobs in it and you'd see boobs in the ad, like in the middle of the day. So, there's like
Wow.
America. Yeah, much more permissive. So, so
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of coming from that sensibility and just, I mean, these kids are like talking, they're all like, they don't,
They have internet access. Like, they've seen more than we have probably at this point.
they've seen so much stuff. Like, there's no boogeyman. We were talking about this, but I said, "Oh, Jeffrey Epstein is the new boogeyman." And Quincy said, "What's the boogeyman?" Like, he doesn't know what that is because they're all talking about, "Oh, you're going to Epstein Island." Like, they all like make jokes about each other. Like, that's how you get got, not by the boogeyman, but by Jeffrey Epstein. This is what middle schoolers are talking like these days.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Um, so I was thinking of you the other night because we were watching this movie, which is a series of directors talking about David Lynch, how Wizard of Oz influenced David Lynch, and that was his
Uh-huh.
favorite movie. And I just always associate Wizard of Oz with you as well. But
Oh,
I
yay.
mean, that's probably the one you've seen the most. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
guessing.
And we saw it
Yeah.
at Sphere in Las Vegas too, which was
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Because we went to see Paul McCartney,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
the next day I got tickets for us to see that at Sphere, and it's weird because it's got some AI shit that's questionable, but it's
Right.
and they cut it down to 75 minutes. Like the whole Lion, I'm king, if I were king of the forest bit is gone, and everything's just really fast, and it's just like what is happening, and you feel all the stuff that's missing. But I think if you think about more like an experience, more like a ride, and there's like interactive stuff that happens, and not like you're watching just the movie, you can kind of reconcile it. But yeah, the concept where the AI goes all weird and it looks like they ran out of time and they just didn't finish it because it's all jerky and weird. But yeah, I would recommend going to see that as a purist and someone who does not like AI. It was still really great. So yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they had to speed it up because of the attention span problem that everyone
No,
has
they
now.
had to speed. They say they had to speed it up because they could fit in 4 screenings a day rather than 3 if they
Oh,
had the full runtime. So really,
oh God.
yeah,
The
yeah,
almighty dollar. Okay,
the
fine, get
almighty
it.
dollar. Yeah. So
Uh, um, was Rebecca the last one?
yes,
Have I hit all 6? Okay.
yes, Virgin Suicides and Rebecca. Yeah,
Oh, Virgin Suicides.
yeah. Have you seen that?
Yes, I
Yeah,
freaking love the Virgin Suicides. And Lolly
yeah,
loves it. And
yeah.
I took her to see Sofia Coppola's latest documentary of Marc Jacobs' runway show because Lolly was putting together a runway show for her
Oh
last
yeah,
semester,
I saw the
this
pictures.
past semester. Yeah. So I was like, you love Sofia Coppola, and did you know that she is good friends with Marc Jacobs? So anyway, I think you would really like that. But we saw it in the theater, but it just made me want to see the Virgin Suicides again. Lolly has a big poster
Oh, I
in her
love
room. So I'm
that.
like, I'm so glad that you love that movie. And
Yeah,
Rebecca, the
yes.
original the black and white
Yes, the
movie, I take it is your favorite.
1940 Hitchcock. Yes, that is one of my all-time favorite movies. Yeah, I've read the book like a couple times. I've seen the movie more times than I can count. Like I know the dialogue. I'm like, I don't watch this like every 10 years and I can't believe how much of the dialogue I have memorized. When I'm watching it, I know exactly what they're going to say and how they're going to say it. But yeah, it's just such a dark and compelling story. And yeah, I watched the Netflix remake just to know, and I was like, it's fine,
Right.
whatever. But yeah, I
Yeah,
love the
I
original.
liked it as probably as much as I could like it. But
Yeah,
yeah, the
it
original,
was fine. It
obviously.
was adequate and
Just fine.
unnecessary.
Exactly. That's like the perfect description.
Yeah.
That'll be the title of this episode.
Yes. And
The full
unnecessary.
quote.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite album of all time? Do you have only
Oh,
one?
well, I don't have only one, but since it's you, so I tend to like, my 3 favorite bands are Mr. Bungle, Faith No More, and Supergrass. And if I'm talking to a Faith No More person, my favorite band is Faith No More. If I'm talking to you, it's Supergrass. So nobody cares.
Supergrass.
Nobody actually cares about the minutia of my favorite band. So, yes. So you know my favorite Supergrass album?
Is it In It for the Money?
You got it. So yeah,
Okay,
I think it
good.
has
Because that's
no
mine
duds
too.
on it. Yeah. It has no
None.
duds on it.
Not one.
None. Cause yeah, every album, even your other favorite albums always have something like, about it, but that has none. And I love it. And In It for the Money, the opening track, just still gets in my bones. So yes. So listeners, viewers, listen to In It for the Money by Supergrass, both of our favorite albums.
Favorite album of all time. Like nothing has touched
Would you
that
say that's
ever
your
for me.
favorite album, or is it like just your favorite
Yes.
Supergrass? Yes.
Like of all time. It's not even my favorite Supergrass album. Like
Yeah.
it is my favorite album.
Yeah.
It's perfect. 1997 it came out. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's they just sound so Beatlesy to me. And
Yeah.
I can't describe how, but I know you understand.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, they're so they're influenced by a lot of things, but then making their own new thing, which, I think is, it's actually, doesn't that track that we would love that and love Tarantino, who's also very much wearing all of his influences on his sleeve and making
Yes.
something new that we love.
Oh my God, that's the Venn diagram between the two of them, Supergrass and Tarantino.
Yeah. And Mr. Bungle too. Mr. Bungle is genre hopping all over the place and making this own unique thing. So I think that's definitely my favorite things are the things that do something different with things that are familiar.
Oh God. Yeah, you said that very well.
Thank you.
I think I know the answer to this, but what is your favorite Beatles song?
Oh, I don't, I actually needed to think about this. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I'm glad I had time to think about that. What do you think my favorite Beatles song is?
So I think that your favorite Beatles song is, and this is because you said you want the song played at your funeral. I'm only
Oh, yes.
sleeping.
Yes. I don't think that's my very favorite song. I just think that's
Okay.
adept for my funeral because, okay, well, is it even me anymore? Me who like to nap all the time and sleep late? I thought that was like a perfect thing to play at my funeral. Like, I'm only sleeping. Like, look, she's doing what she always wanted to do. That's why it's a beautiful song. So, yeah, and Quincy knows. Quincy's been told. He knows that that's what I want played at my funeral. So he's the presumed organizer of this event. So he has been informed.
Put it on your life alert.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, so that would definitely be up there. So I narrowed it down to, in my life, something a Norwegian wood. Yeah. Like in my life, it just kind of, it's under the radar. And then I just like, it's just so gentle and simple. And then it just like, I know it just hits my heart. Like,
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
those two of those songs are on Rubber Soul, right?
Yes. And Rubber Soul is my favorite Beatles album.
That's my favorite Beatles album too.
Ah.
We should be friends.
Yeah. I'm an atheist though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, ew. Have you heard the good news of Jesus Christ?
I've heard, yeah, a few times.
Many times. I think my favorite song, I want to say my favorite song off of Rubber Soul is The Word.
Oh, I love The Word.
Say
Yeah.
that word? I love The Word. And I love Drive My Car. But, and I love the Hot Rats cover of Drive My Car.
Yeah,
It's
see, I
like,
don't
it's
love
so
Drive My Car that
respectful.
much. But see,
I
oh
don't know
yeah,
what it
Rubber
is about
Soul is my other like perfect album, like In It for the Money. So yeah, there's no song on it I don't like. I just like some of it less or more than others. But I think it's
but
another
nothing's
perfect album.
skippable.
Nothing skippable. No, no. And I know people complain
Everything
about
must be.
Run for Your Life because, I'd rather see
It's
you
like
dead, little
domestic
girls.
violence. Yeah.
It's good, all in good fun.
It's a little creepy. Whatever. It was a different
It
time.
was a different time. It's just so, it's funny because it's so sick, but it's so, I'd rather
But
see
so
you dead,
poppy.
little
It's feel
girl, than
good.
be with another guy. And Norwegian Wood's fucked up too. It's like, she gets in the
Yes.
runaround. It's like, I'm going to burn your shit, like, yeah.
Burn your shit.
She was
You
kind
go
of
sleep in the
awful.
bathtub.
Yeah. How do you feel about the White Album? Because my friend said, you're probably going to be upset about this, but I don't really like the White Album. Like, I don't really like the White Album either. So,
Okay, I'll say this. Oh, you weren't done. Go, please finish your thought.
Oh, I was going to say, because of that, I think I was very late to the game on While My Guitar Gently Weeps, which I think is one of my newer favorites. It was like a later discovery because I just didn't listen to the White Album very much. But that song is like, just fucking brilliant. And I feel like I didn't tap into it till later because I wasn't listening to the White Album. But lots of filler on the White Album. So yeah.
Filler, that's the word.
Like
That's
Use Your Illusion
exactly
1 and 2,
it. I mean,
good stuff in there, but too much.
exactly. And it was like, it was too experimental for me. It was like, what are they doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm saying that as hearing it as a kid in like the 80s, and they made it like fully 20 years earlier.
I know.
But I'm like, this is weird and wild and experimental, to my whatever.
At least you listened to it when you were a kid. I didn't
purist.
listen to that until I was much older because again, that was old people's music and I wanted to listen to young people's music.
I wasn't allowed to listen to it and that made me want to listen to it more.
That's like
so
a
it was like
pushback.
Exactly. And I had to hide it in
rebellion.
I had to hide singles. Not that they didn't have Beatles on singles, but I just remember like having a single stash of things like, oh, I hope they don't find this Poison single. So that was what I was comparing. That's what I had as a baseline to be like, oh, this Beatles stuff is a little bit weird. And then I remember buying Yellow Submarine. This is like I was in 10th grade. And my friend Rhonda comes over and I start playing, the title, I think Yellow Submarine is the first song on it. And she started laughing because it sounds like, in the town. Like it sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah.
old people, literal old people
Yes,
music. And she's
yes.
like, "Are you kidding me right now with this? Why are we listening to this bullshit?"
Yeah,
Is it was her
yeah,
response.
yeah. That's what I would have been like too at that age. Stupid, stupid.
Stupid. You old people don't know what you're doing.
No.
Um, is there something in a specific movie that makes you laugh so hard you can't breathe, and it's never gotten less funny for you, no matter how many
Um,
times you've seen it?
I can't think of any one specific thing that made me laugh. I think I misread the question. Is just, is there a movie that makes me laugh every time? And I think
That works too.
I think Ghostbusters, consistently makes me laugh. And I've showed it to Quincy. There was this rough phase where I showed him that we watched the two newer Ghostbusters movies, and he said Frozen Empire, is that what it was called, was his favorite one. And this is one of those, okay, that's your favorite one. That's fine. And yeah, I needed to breathe
Oh,
into
you
a
like
bag.
the new Willy Wonka better than the original? You like the
still,
Johnny Depp and Timothy Chalamet ones better than the
he
original?
still doesn't know about the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka. He still, I've got to
Okay.
13 years, he still doesn't know about it. But
He
actually,
doesn't need to, so.
I saw the Timothy Chalamet one, and I really liked that one, actually.
Really? Okay, I haven't seen it, so
Yeah,
let's go do that.
I really liked it. It was very heartwarming. And just the movie starts and it goes, boom, boom, boom. You know, those notes from Willy Wonka from the 71 version. And I just started crying like, yes. Oh my God. But, yeah. So, but then we went and saw Ghostbusters on that 40th anniversary in the theater. And he was like, yeah, no, this is the best one. I was like, okay, we're back. See, the common sense will prevail, you know?
Yeah.
So Ghostbusters. Oh, The Room, of course. The Room.
I knew you were going to come around to that one.
Yeah. And I can't, that I actually haven't seen that in a while. I'd say at least 5 years. So
I think we haven't done a rewatch in a while. We just quote it constantly. Like, constantly. Even in the email where I sent you the link to this, I'm like, I think about everything.
Yeah, I think about everything.
It's just like a parlance. And you named your cat after, tell the people the story where you obtained Marnie.
Huh?
I'm thinking of Marnie's namesake.
Yes.
This is how much of a fan you are.
Yes. So I was friends with Juliet Danielle on Facebook. And Juliet Danielle plays Lisa in The Room. And I think I just added her and she accepted. And then she posted that she volunteered at a cat rescue and we were looking to get a second cat. So I said, oh, when are you going to be at the cat rescue? Because we're looking to do you have kittens? And she's like, yeah, I'll be there on Saturday or whatever. So I went and then she went to show me the kittens. I was like, oh, so I didn't want to like just be stalky. So I told her that I was a fan of The Room. And she was just like, oh, okay. Anyway, she showed me the cats like I didn't say anything. And then she brought it up again later. She's like, so you really like The Room, huh? I think she ended up embracing it a bit more after that. Cause this was Money's 16 now. So this was like 16 years ago. But, so I think she got more comfortable embracing it after that. And and I stayed friendly with her online after that. But yeah, that's how I got my cat.
It's just that is like a networking move that you pulled there.
It is.
And
Well, I mean, she
like
announced
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. And you're friends with Greg Sestero in the same manner. Like you met on Facebook and now you guys like he'll text you and let you know and there's a Tommy
in fact,
Wiseau
he emailed
sighting
me a few
or
months ago and I forgot to write back. Like, yeah. And I got to we were in London.
Tell him I do care.
It matters a great deal. He was doing a screening and a script reading in London and we were there at the same time. And I said, oh yeah, we're going to be there. And then he invited me on stage to read Lisa.
Your dreams keep coming true.
I know, they do.
Like I'm thinking also of Supergrass inviting you to go dance with them on stage when they at the Christmas show in London.
Yes, that was crazy.
Am I remembering that right?
Yes, you are remembering that right. I was going to see them in England. Again, I happened to be there and I was like, okay, I'll go to the Supergrass show. And I knew them because I was managing their Facebook page for them. So I did get perks from that. And then I get a call from their manager asking if I wanted to dress up as a Mrs. Santa and throw out candy and condoms from the stage while they played a Christmas song. I'm like, yes. And then I just danced at the end. So yeah. And I got to do the bow at the end. That was crazy. And I opened for them doing Magic, 3 years ago. So
That's
that was crazy. Yes.
Prepared to be amazed.
I was not prepared to be that amazed.
Oh my God. Okay, I could talk to you forever. Obviously, we're at like an hour and a half at this point, but I would love to have you back on, or I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the fans demand it, because this feels like a Dongtini reunion.
It does. It does. I know. I was like, I didn't know if it was going to derail from the subject matter or what, but I think we kept it.
Yeah, no, I mean, the subject matter, it doesn't need, who cares, right? Like, we don't have to stay to the topic.
No,
the topic's boring.
We had these kind of conversations back on the podcast in the day anyway. That was how
we did.
Yeah, we always put like, maybe something specific would come up, and, we'd, talk about challenging belief and, why do you think about this and that? And yeah, that was kind of what Dongtini was. Because I always said it was a mix of class and, see, because of my accent, it doesn't sound right. Class and crass, because.
Say it in your accent though.
Class and crass.
Class and cross. Oh, you don't say crass. You don't say cross.
Cross. Oh, okay. No, I say crass. It's like that Don.
Okay.
That joke in Mad Men where Don Draper, D-O-N, has a secretary named D-A-W-N, Dawn.
Yeah.
And so in America, the joke is Dawn here? Wait, like all this confusion, but it's like I say Dawn, which was my maiden name, so I have different Dawn pronunciations. Dawn or Dawn. Very two different names. Dawn.
Oh, yeah, you can distinguish.
Dawn. Yeah, but there's no distinction in the American accent.
Well, when Lolly was really little, you were saying the word heart with your accent, and she heard hot.
Hot.
Like, that's not hot. That's cold. You're like, no, it's a heart. And you had to deign to like say it in American. Yeah.
Heart. I know. I've done
you asked me if you had any arnots, any like cookie. You're asking for cookies, and you said, "Do you have anything like onnets?" And I was like, "Onnet," like rhymes with bonnet. You had to go. Arnott.
I went, Arnott's. You loved grunting the way I said Arnott's.
I did. You're like, damn it, I have to say it like that so she can understand.
Once I was doing a trick, and this is towards the end of my show, but I was saying, is it a heart or a diamond? A heart or a diamond? And the guy couldn't understand me. I'm like, within the context of a card trick, can you fucking figure out that I'm saying heart? Oh my God.
Please tell me you said that on stage to him.
No, I didn't. It was in my internal dialogue.
I hope you're listening right now, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on this incredibly long episode. This was so much fun. And
it was. Thank you for asking me.
I just love catching up with you.
Yes.
This is the best. And I hope we get to see you soon.
Yes, me too.
Have to find a way to make it down there.
And now I have a place
all the
for
old stuff we used to do, and go by Tiki T now that you don't live there anymore, and now it has its allure restored.
It's true. Yeah, the last time I was there, Jarvis Cocker walked in. So who wants to go back?
Okay.
Did I not tell you the story?
No, go on.
Oh, I'll tell it. Yeah. So Pulp was doing like 3 shows in LA. And after the first night show, I kind of thought, should I hang around and wait? I don't know. And then my friend had hung around and waited. She waited for an hour and she didn't get to meet them because there were so many people. So after the second night of shows, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. This hanging around to meet people, whatever. So there was a day off, a Friday, and then another show on the Saturday. And so I just went to Tiki T with my friends. And I'm wearing a bootleg Pulp shirt that I bought in addition to the proper Pulp shirt. I just bought everything available. And anyway, and so I'm talking to a friend, blah, 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 blah. And he just goes, and fucking Jarvis walks in to where we were. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm wearing this t-shirt of him like doing that. And so I'm like trying to hide it. Anyway, so yeah, so I got to meet Jarvis because he just walked into where I was. So that was the best. And I had almost met him in Paris years ago, but he walked right by and I didn't say anything, and I was always sad about it. So he just walked into my life. Got to get
And you were wearing
together.
a shirt of him. Well,
Yes, yes,
yeah, you're like,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I apologize. So that's a good ending to that story.
I think so. I just love
Yeah,
you to pieces.
I love
Thank
you
you. Thank
too.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on.